stood, righteous and wise, led by the Spirit with heaven in his eyes. Long had he waited, heart firm and still, promised by God he would witness his will. Then through the temple he saw the child, the hope of nations, so pure, so mild. Now let me go, my watch is done, my eyes have seen the promised one. Salvation shines, a radiant flame, prepared for all in Jesus' name. A light to the lost, a sword to the soul, revealer of hearts and the glory foretold. There stood a woman, Anna by name, old in her years, but steady in flame. She fasted, she prayed, she dwelled in grace, a witness of God in the holy place. Then joy arose, her voice rang free, declaring the Christ for all to see. Oh, sing, oh, rise, Jerusalem, redemption comes through Bethlehem. The child is here, the veil will break, the dawn has come, the world will wake. He is Lord, the Messiah, the great I am, whom we lift higher. The light has come, the darkness fades. He reigns in truth, he comes to save. Now it is mine, this holy hour. I choose the cross, I yield to his power. Forever Lord, forever Messiah. With all I am, I lift you high.
Hey, here we go. Welcome back for another year-end review. It has been a crazy year all in all. There's quite a few things that have happened this year. Of course, I forgot to upload a video file that I was going to go over. Oh, well, I will upload that while talking because why not? So, okay, there we go. Fantastic. So thank you guys so much for joining us. We're ready to dive into this year. So this channel in review, just to let you know what is going on with this ministry, where it's going, what the stats are, yada, yada. And then we have our Christmas party at the end, which will be an open Q&A for the members of the channel. And then we'll go ahead and just go over some financial stuff on that end. But let's go ahead and get us started off here with some statistics. And actually, I'm going to pull up a video from last year here and add that one to the screen. We'll start right there with last year's. Something I said at the end of last year's when we were pulling up the statistics and going through it and see if it actually came through true or not. The next year it's like, oh, okay. Next year, oh, okay. So I'm hoping to hit over 1 million views throughout this next year. So that was at the end of last year. We were doing our year-end review. I said I'd like to see if we could hit over 1 million views in 2025. So we'll take a look at that and see if that ended up as true. So we'll look at some of the statistics for the channel, what has happened over the entire year, and then which videos individually did real well. and we'll just cover the high points. There is an open question to anyone in the chat, which is, hey, which one of the videos this year stuck out to you the most, or which one do you remember the most from this year? Let me know, and we'll go ahead and pull those on up. But as far as views go, so this was last year's, which was what was on the screen originally before it flashed over to ours, actually. So this was last year. They were looking at, and it just goes through year by year. So, I mean, a little under 3,000 in 21, 22, we got over 77 throughout the, and this is for the entire year. And then we have a huge jump up for 23 and 24, both of them increasing quite a bit. So these are just the views on the channel. So this year for this ministry, I said I wanted to see if we could hit 1 million in this year, just of all the videos together. And we did that. Actually, we did that plus some. So we're over 1 million views for this year alone. That's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool, actually. I was like, I threw that out just like, I'd like to do this next year. I was like, oh, well, I guess it actually happened. And to be honest with you, I completely forgot I said that. I completely forgot that I said that. I was thinking, oh, I'll just mention it, go through some of the old videos and see what's there. Well, said that. Guess what? Last year I said that, and we actually did hit that. So congratulations. Thank you guys for helping with that, for sharing. It really does affect a lot. So as we did last year, I'll just go through the hours and then the sub growth for this channel. So that would be the view growth. We had our hour count here, which every year it's been slightly larger. This year, unfortunately, for some reason, it's slightly lower. So there is a little bit of a dip there, which doesn't reflect on the views. So I'm thinking the shorts are what really helped out as far as the number of views, but they don't really help out with watch time, which is interesting because I didn't release that many shorts this year. But I think it's one short in particular. So, and then we've got our sub growth. So how many of you guys joined us? As you can see, I mean, in 21, it was like 31 for the entire year. 31 additional subs, 31 growth for the entire year. In 2022, we got 1,971 added. And then the big year, which was over 5K, and then 4K, and then this year is down to actually 4.2. So a little bit lower, so it looks like it's going down there. I might need to reevaluate some things of how I'm presenting stuff. We'll see. Might not be appealing. It might be appealing. Either way, still growing. So I'm still excited. It's still cool. Still good numbers. So let's see here. So those would be the numbers that we're looking at as far as growth for this year on this channel. Let's go ahead and pull up. See about sharing that here. So the number of videos that we've done this year. So the number of videos in this year as far as live streams, we've done 64 live streams on this channel. That doesn't include the work that I've done with Thaddeus or with my wife or with David or anyone else. Just this channel alone, 64 live streams. That is more than one a week, which was really my goal at the end of last year, was to try to do more. I'd like to get over 100. And now I'm going to try to make that a goal for next year, is to get over 100 live streams on this channel throughout the year. But we'll find out. Number of shorts is about 39, which again is surprising because of the number of views on those shorts. So we'll highlight the top 10 videos, 5 live streams, 5 shorts from this year. I'm going to go ahead and pull up that statistic here. So let's pull that on up. So let's start with the live streams here. So share this one instead. Let me find StreamYard and add that to the screen. So, nope, not that one. There's too many of them. Let's see if we've got it. There we go. Okay, so you can see the live streams, you get like peaks with the live stream and then it goes back down. So it's like instant views with the live streams, then back down and gradual. So here is our top, zoom up a little bit here. Our top 10 for this year, top 5 for this year. So we have the one on Charlie Kirk. Oh, I did not know that it popped up like that. That's much nicer. Where we went through the responses that Muslim Dawahists were putting out about his death. We had a live stream here with David and Hatun at the beginning where Muhammad Hijab's talking about Jesus ordering the rape of little girls. If you haven't seen that one was interesting. I actually was kind of surprised that he even said it. So, and then I'm hoping I'm on the right one. 1 second here. Let me check something here. Let me check. Yep. Okay, good. There we go. So we got that one. So mostly the reaction live streams is what it looks like. We got the some of the Muhammad Hijab Secret Wife coverage with Thaddeus, and then the Seek and Share Truth Conference, which did fantastic this year. The debates were just blew it out of the water with the debates and the teachings. So, and then that was actually from the year before. I don't remember that, all those things. So I would have to rewatch that live stream just to remember. But those were the top live streams from this year. So as far as top shorts, actually quite a few of them should be pretty familiar to you. This one's interesting, right? Because we got this huge spike right here that just puts everything else to shame. Just a huge spike. And that was the video with Charlie Kirk. Hey, welcome, brother. So that was the short there. Make sure if you're doing videos, make sure they're timely, quick, if they are like that topic, or like this one here, which was 100% proof Muhammad is in the Bible. Make sure that it's evergreen. As you can see, it by itself accounts for over half of the views this year. So 500,000 views through this year just on this video. And I published that one back in 23. And that was just based off a random Bible study I was doing. And I was like, oh, this lines up with Muhammad perfectly. Perfectly. But it's not like Muslims would expect. You know, Muslim will click on the video, and I've had Muslims sharing this video, so I know that it has been successful in some regard. But yep, it proves that Muhammad is, in fact, a very false prophet. So we had that one. We had this guy here who is the DEI expert who built the DEI program and then was fired by the DEI group, basically, which I found was funny because their company didn't want that being seen. Of course, number one reason why David Wood versus Mike Winger. And then we have The Shift, which was an Angel Studios movie. Fantastic movie. If you have not taken the time, The Shift is a very interesting perspective. I really did enjoy that one. Then we have The Splitting of the Moon, which always seems to be very popular for some reason. I randomly did that as a part of a series. This was like part 1 of part 2. And part 1 got all the views. Part 2 is like no one even knows part 2 exists. So we'll go through some of these shorts real quick. We won't go through the live streams just because they are so long. But it's good interaction with you guys, good interaction with you calling in and talking. So it's always a good time. So let's take a look here at, make sure that's good. There we go. At one of the shorts here. So let's go from the least popular to the popular. So this is number 5 for this year. And again, these are only views from this year. So it's not collective, although the collective one definitely seems to be on number 1. Definitely of all time. So go ahead and hit this one here and let me know if you guys can or cannot hear the audio, because I'm pretty sure we can. And just to be clear, this wasn't in the Elzu Twin, but that's definitely part of that to come up later. So there you go. So that right there was number 5 this year as far as views go. And that one has, let's see here. So over this year, 33,000 views on that one. And again, that one came to be because originally I just did a one just on the verse about the moon being split and said this is kind of stupid. But once I did that video, I had a bunch of Muslims say, oh, no, NASA's proven it. Here's the article. NASA proved it. So when I did actually do the research, not so much. It did not hold water in any way, shape, or form. It's like, okay, fine. We'll go ahead and do this. So here we go. This is the number 4, which is The Shift, which is a review that John Newton and I did together on his channel, Newton Sci-Fi. But I liked it so much, I just had to take this clip because I thought this was such a great example of just prayer and communication with God in stressful situations. Okay, you guys cannot hear the video. Okay. Can hear your voice, cannot hear the video. Well, then that would make no sense. 1 second here. Let me remove this. Let me try that. StreamYard was giving me some issues beforehand, so I was concerned that might be a thing. There you go, share audio. So this should allow you to hear. Let me know if you do.
Heavenly Father, it's been a long time since
Are you praying?
I'm sorry. I need your help.
Well, that's a first.
I'm in trouble and I can't do this alone.
Amazing. I love it. I love it. I love this. He's still praying.
Now that I'm unworthy, Father, I also want children.
Do you honestly think that he will help you after what you just did? You are tainted goods. You're not even worth his effort anymore. Even if he did help you, do you think I will ever leave you alone? Ever? There is nothing that I won't do to you. No temptation, no low that he won't sink to. I know you, Kevin, and you are nothing. Nothing. I am greater than him. I am certainly greater than you.
Again, I thought that was such a great movie that I really wanted to share that because it really does depict how in times of strife, when we're reaching out in times of temptation, how the devil will try to, you're not worth it. You're not worthy. You're absolutely worthless. You think God's actually going to care about you? I can take care of him. He's not going to care about you. He's not going to show up when you call on him. And then, boom, he does. I thought that was such a good one. If you guys want to see the Shift, I thought the actor who actually played the devil was one of my favorite actors in that. I thought he did a great job in it. And if you guys want to see that, again, the name is The Shift by Angel Studios. So now that we've got that, yep. So let's see here. So we're now on number 3 from this year. Actually, we'll go back to number 5. Share this instead. Share. I got to share it twice. It's really weird. StreamYard's acting weird. Hopefully the audio we can hear this time. We'll just replay this one.
Quran 54, 1 through 2, claims that the moon has been split, and many Muslims claim that NASA has proven that the moon was split in two. But is that true? The ridges found by NASA that the Muslims are referring to are lobate scarbs. Lobate scarbs are caused by the cooling and shrinking of the moon, not the moon being split. The youngest lobate scarb is 100 million years, according to NASA. In that article that the Muslims are referring to, Muslims claim that Muhammad witnessed the splitting of the moon in the 6th century. This is a little bit of a discrepancy of dates, give or take 99 million years. Next time a Muslim says that there are no scientific errors in the Quran, ask them, then why does...
There you go. So yeah, that came out of Muslims challenging me on the original video that I had on the moon splitting, saying that this article will answer everything. It didn't. So number 3 this year on shorts is this video right here. Which again, this comes from, the video was taking place at the conference. It's called Apologetic Con down in Florida. If you guys want to check that out, I think it's in June this year. I will be attending there, and my wife will be joining me, and we'll see if we can get anyone else to join us as well. But it was a lot of fun. It's really enjoyable. I'd highly recommend checking it out. It's a good couple of days down there with like-minded individuals. Again, I am a big fan of the different conferences.
Why does David Wood hate Mike Winger so much when Mike's clearly cooler?
Oh, look at him. Look at him.
Just FYI, that was Elle's question. So she put that one in the chat for this to be asked.
Why do I not like Mike Winger? My goodness, where do I begin? His nerd face, his nerd videos, his nerd glasses, his nerd shirt, his nerd hair, sitting in front of his nerd books and his nerd bookshelves. And don't even get me started on his fans. Everyone else has like cool names for their, like John McCrae. He's his channel's What Do You Meme? So he calls his fans the meme team. What are Mike Winger's fans called? The Wingalings. What is that? It sounds like you're calling them dingalings. Who's going to do that to his own fans? And it's I don't know. It seems like something a psychopath would do. And so,
just to let you know, according to Mike Winger, the two people that named his fans that was David and John McCrae came up with that name. So when he's saying, a psychopath would make that up, yeah, I guess one did.
I'm just saying, it would not surprise me at all if police investigate and find like severed heads in his freezer in his garage. He's basically the worst person in the world, and I'll leave it at that.
Chip, next year, could you get him and Mike Winger on stage to have a talk together? I think it'd be great.
Just to let you know, they are actually friends. David will deny that in every way, shape, or form, but there is picture and video proof of Mike Winger even sharing his food with David Wood and feeding him. So there's that. So that one right there came in at number 3 this year. It had 62,000 views on it. Now, just as a point of reference, that is only 5.9% of the views that throughout the entire year. So yeah, it sounds small, but it was pretty impactful. Now, this was number 2 this year, and this one alone did take a big share of the views generated, big share of the views, big share of the audience joining this year. So let's take a look at it.
I made some stupid comments about Charlie Kirk on the day that he was shot. I said some things on Blue Sky and on Threads that I'm sorry, not sorry for. But
In other words, I would not have done anything or apologize for what I did until I got caught, and I actually have to pay for the words that I said. Never mind that I was supporting someone getting shot purely based upon the words they were saying.
I said them, and I deleted them when it was requested that I do so by my employer.
Delete it. Yeah, you're fired anyway.
And then today, on a weekend, I'm told that I am no longer employed at Microsoft.
Good on them.
after 6 years, building the diversity, equity, and inclusion department from scratch.
Oh, so in other words, you had a worthless job and they got rid of you. And Microsoft's probably a better company because of it.
I lose my job because one of you, some random person, reports my posts
Not random person. You did it. No one forced you to do it.
to my employer, goes out of their way to find out where I work and takes my job, takes my security away from me for a thought.
Still a lot better than your life being taken away for a thought, but you definitely supported that.
For an opinion, and you talk about freedom of speech like you care about it, and you're just going to take my money, my life, my food off my plate.
The freedom of speech thing protects you against the government. It does not say that employers have to employ idiots.
Because I don't like Charlie Kirk. That's not okay. It is not okay.
It's not because you don't like Charlie Kirk. You can dislike Charlie Kirk all you want. It's the fact that you support someone murdering him in cold blood.
To target me because I felt joy that day. I can't help how I feel. I felt joy. That's me. That's what I believe.
You should definitely be examining yourself if you are happy of a man being murdered, a father of two.
That's what I think of him. I can't help that.
Yes, you can.
So I don't deserve a job?
These people have lost their grip on reality. I hope that this is a wake-up call for them. After all, for some reason, they seem to value their jobs above an actual person's life.
Hans, are we the baddies?
So there you go. So that was number 2. And again, if I share this one instead, go through that process. There you go. That is the big spike on this chart here. That's why everything else just looks like a straight line. It's because that one went crazy. So and that one got, let's see. That one got 195,370 views. That was 18% of the entire views of this channel this year. Basically all right within that time frame. And I think I'm going to remove this and reconnect it again. So yeah, Thaddeus said he liked that one. That one was awesome. Yeah, it was. I mean, it's a bad situation. I hope the guy wakes up. In fact, I wish there was a way for me to follow up and see, hey, are you doing any better? Did you realize that killing someone or calling for someone's death over things that they said isn't right? I mean, I made the stance against Muslims saying that. I'd make the stance against Christians saying that. No, calling for people's execution because of what they said, I don't agree with that. And I am not sorry for not agreeing with that. I'll just say that, period. So let's see here. I got to reconnect because StreamYard just told me that it was having issues again. So probably wouldn't do the audio to the final video here, which actually plays quite well into next year. And again, as I was reviewing this, it was still a top video for the year before. So we'll take a deeper dive into this video itself and its statistics once I figure out how to get StreamYard to function with me. There we go. And this is the 100% proof that Muhammad is in the Bible, which is going to be a large focus of next year, debunking and handling their claims of Muhammad being in the Bible, which he is, but not in the way they like.
100% proof that Muhammad is in the Bible. and David Wood would have to agree. According to the Quran, Muhammad must be in the Bible. Where do we find this rock-solid proof? In 2 Peter 2:1-3. He clearly fulfills 6 points according to Islamic teachings. But there were false prophets among the people, just as there will be false teachers among you. They will secretively introduce destructive heresies, even denying the sovereign Lord who bought them, bringing swift destruction on themselves. Many will follow their depraved conduct and bring the way of truth into disrepute. In their greed, these teachers will exploit you with fabricated stories. Their condemnation has long been hanging over them, and their destruction has not been sleeping. This is
So there you go, right there. That's it.
of truth into
That video right there is it. Let's see if I can pull up the comments here. I've got multiple comments from Christians in this telling me, oh, a Muslim sent me here. A Muslim told me that this was proof that Muhammad is in the Bible. I've also got some Christians who actually didn't watch the video at all, who are condemning me for this, which is like, yeah, it's just watch the video, actually pay attention to what's being said. And I've got all the references right there for each of the claims that I make, all of it in line with the Muslim sources. So this one right here, this one's been growing for quite some time. This one got 500,000 views this year. It's at 47% of this channel's views for this year was this video alone. Let's see if I can get some more statistics here. So this is what it looks like all in all. So I pull this up here. So we are seeing that it's at 750,000, going right up there and continuing to grow. I mean, it has not slowed down. It has not tapered off in any way, shape, or form. Yes, I've made a grand total of almost $100 off of this in what, 3 years? Ever since it published? Yeah, over 3 years. And yeah, it's plugging away. I mean, it's got pretty decent. I'm surprised. I'm actually shocked that this is taken off the way it has. I did not expect it. Most of it by the browse feature and YouTube search. Browse feature and YouTube search has been driving this one. So yeah, if you can get Evergreen, this is what ends up happening with Evergreen. It just keeps going, which is very interesting. So we'll see. By this time next year, we'll see if it hits over 1 million. It might be the first video on this channel to do so. Not shorts. Yeah. So go back to that real quick here. Thaddeus pointing out an interesting point. So the shorts seem to help at the beginning, shorts feed. But yeah, shorts feed is only like 5%. I'd say view more. But when you click view more on this button, if you guys don't use YouTube Analytics and upload, it actually shows you less information. It is extremely annoying. See more. Not. Okay, sorry. YouTube fixed this. I want more statistics than when I let the see more option, not less. But yeah. So YouTube suggested videos, not very much. Other YouTube searches. I mean, this right here is over 90% of, well, about 90% between these two. Browse feature and YouTube search. So, and you can see it's for the last, if I switch this to even like the last hour, to 75. And this is, again, years after it's, there we go. So two years, almost, because it was the beginning of the year that I released this. So it's almost there, almost at the 3-year mark. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So I've been surprised that that has taken off. I did it in such a way that I thought it sounded like it was coming from a Muslim perspective. So I was hoping that that was going to be how it was taken. Definitely looked like that's how it was taken. So that looks fantastic to me. So hopefully that one continues to do good and people actually pay attention to what's said there. But like I said, this will be playing a big part. And in fact, I've even got some live streams already scheduled for the coming months on doing Muhammad in the Bible, diving into the sources that they give us. I'm going to remove that there. So that was number 1 itself. There we go. View up my notes here. Oh, lots of fun. So yeah, so this year we've got total this year over 1 million views, over 22 hours watched, and about 4,000 of you guys joined us this year. If we continue that by the end of next year, we should be over 20K by then, which would be cool. Which would be very, very interesting in my book, because I never expected it to get over 1K. So I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool, because I never expected this YouTube channel to get that far. I mean, I named it Your Brother in Christ because anyone could do this. Anyone could do the same thing. So it was never like, I never expected it to even get to this point. So it's very interesting to see what the Lord is doing and where the Lord is taking us. But we have a couple of highlights here I want to pull up real quick here. So I've been working over the last year with a couple other channels. So the first one here, as soon as it loads up, if it wants to work for me, there we go. Ish. There we go. Okay, so we have Truth Defenders here, which is the one that we are watching. The one that we're looking at. Sorry, I've been working with him over the last year. He will be working more next year. He finally told me because I kept asking him, like, well, when do you want to do your next stream? So I don't want to push too hard, but I still want to motivate and get him out there. He's got a lot of good information, got a lot of good conversations to cover. He said I get to pick it. So I get to pick the topics, and then he just has to do them. So in other words, I just need to start picking topics every week or every other week, and then booking live streams. And if you can make it, you can make it. If not, then we just bump it to the following week or whenever his schedule will allow. So there we go. So we have him that we've been working with. I'm looking forward to what he'll be hitting next year. So the other channel that I've worked with for about 2 years now would be this one here, which is John Newton Sci-Fi, which we've been doing a lot in the culture sphere. In fact, even though today is the last time I'll be streaming on this channel, unless something big happens before the end of the year, I'll be joining John over here for a bit on his next video right here, which is reviewing David, the New Angel Studios production. Nice. Still getting over a silly cold. It's annoying. So, is it faithful to the Bible? I've watched it today, actually, so we will be reviewing that. And if you guys want to check that out, I'll put that in the live chat as well for you guys to go click on if you are interested in knowing if Angel Studios is staying true to the Bible. So with that said, that's what I'm planning there. I've got a couple of live streams coming up that I'm planning on hitting. I've got a response to Ibn Fibbin's video challenge. The challenge he just conveniently picked for New Year's Eve. So I got a response to that one. That'll be coming out tomorrow. And then another response to, I think, Bobby's perspective coming up. And then we'll see what happens next year, because we've got a lot more collaborations coming up. We've got a lot of opportunities. Muhammad in the Bible is going to be a main focus on this channel, at least. And of course, I want to hit the Sharia shorts that I've been talking about for a while. Hit those so we can get them and spread the information about there so that people can take it, learn the actual truth of what it teaches, and actually just see the source. See the source itself. That's what it is. It's like, okay, we have the source. Let's just go ahead and read it, right? It's right here. We can just read the thing. So we'll be going through different topics on that. I'll be trying to put those into short format. One of the issues is, and a friend of mine said it. It said this because he is making fun of this, but it is a completely true statement. If you want me to talk for an hour, you know, give me a couple days to prepare. If you want to talk for half an hour, I'll probably need a week. If you want me 15 minutes, I'll probably need like 3 weeks to prepare. So to get it down to the minute time frame per topic, it takes a bit more time than what I was expecting to do, because you got to boil it down and make it exactly precise. You got to make every word count when you're doing the shorts and giving information on them. So after this, we have our members live stream, which we'll be switching over actually to shortly. It shouldn't be too long. It'll just be an open Q&A for any of the members who want to call in and have a discussion. It's mostly on what has happened this year. What were the main goals? Did we hit the main goals? You know, if you're donating to this apologetics ministry, I'm basically responsible to you guys. I want to make sure that I am keeping true to that. So I'll be going over that shortly with you guys and switching over. But is there any questions about the upcoming year or the past year that you guys would like answered? You can ask in the live chat and we'll hit that. If not, there are probably a couple more live streams that I'll jump on. If someone primarily be on other channels, that'll be there. Hope you're well soon. Yeah, it's just the annoying thing. Yeah, it's just the annoying sort of cough. And unfortunately, this year has been bad as far as just my family and I just getting different sort of colds and different sort of flus. It's been extremely annoying. Are DOC and Hatun still friends? Maybe is it out of line to ask? I mean, you can ask me. I don't know their business. I honestly cannot answer what their status of friendship is or not. I don't know. So I cannot answer that. So I know that Daughter of Christ will be doing work with David. David did mention about having a women's group. I believe Hatun was mentioned in that, if memory serves. So, I mean, you can take from that what you want to take from that. I don't think there's anything to my knowledge. I don't like doing those sort of like any sort of disagreements. I mean, even with, there's been ministries that I can't work with that I previously worked with, but I don't have anything actually against them. So, okay, I just say, you know, I think what Daughter of Christ and Jai are doing is fantastic. I think what Hatun is doing is fantastic. I know Elle's working a lot with Hatun. I just enjoy what they're doing. In fact, I know that Elle will be live with Hatun, I think tomorrow, if plans continue doing a live stream there. I think that was what she told me last, unless something came up. So they normally try to do Fridays and Sundays. So live stream on both of those. And I think Elle is looking at doing weekly live streams on her channel, probably, and then super groups at least once a month. I think that's what her plans are, which is cool. So go over there and check those out. Make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell icon so you're aware of what's coming up on her channel as well, because she is going to be very active next year. There's going to be a lot going on next year. I still think next year is going to just like make this year look like nothing. I think we'll see larger growth. I think we'll see larger growth in a lot of different apologetics channels, a lot of different ministries. I think there's going to be a lot more awareness of what Islam actually teaches. And I don't think it's going to go well for the Dawahists as far as them putting out. I'm hoping that we start seeing some of them even leave Islam, which would be cool, and then come to know Christ as their Lord and Savior. Yep, but not in the Al-Zut way. Well, I don't know. It's going to be awesome one way or the other next year. I mean, this year has been like the year of the Al-Zut and the Islamic dilemma. So we'll see what happens next year as far as that goes. Because, I mean, this year literally has been like, most of the stuff was the Dawists did to themselves. It's like, what? Thank you. I mean, you do know whose side you're supposed to be on, right? But I mean, I'm not going to argue. So they feel that Christian community in general are lagging. Okay, yeah. Maybe more Christians can get on board. Yeah, so there's a huge field, and there's many. I mean, for pity's sakes, if the Lord's using me, He can use you. I mean, seriously, I'm screwed up, and the Lord said, "Nah, I'll still use you." I mean, for pity's sakes, I'm an introvert. I don't like talking to people or going to conferences of my own, but I know that's what the Lord has for me. And I have a good time with you guys on stream, and I enjoy doing these streams once I actually do it. But man, I think like the last 5 minutes before the live stream is the worst. It's like okay, can I just hit go live? I'm all set, I'm ready to go. Let's just go live with everyone already. So the year Al-Zut became uppermost. Yeah, well, you had Raymond Ibrahim becoming, which funny because John and I ended up going through his book, and then I realized that Raymond has been working with David for a while. I think it was John who recommended him originally, and then I started diving into who Raymond actually was, and it's like, oh, this guy's actually pretty cool. This is kind of cool. I like his stuff. And then he did the whole Al-Zut thing, and then he got Sal over there making music videos, and then made a music video of it. It's like, oh my goodness, this is just great. It's a great year, man. It's a great time to be alive. Love working with Hatun, absolutely, and DOC. Yep. We've been working with both of them quite a bit. Even behind the scenes, it has been a good time, all in all. Yes, she will be live with Hatun tomorrow, Lord willing. So make sure to go check Hatun's channel out for that. I believe it's open call-ins again. So that ought to be fun, because you never know what you're going to get, right? You never know. A recommendation for going double speed. Who wants to hear me at double speed? That sounds like a nightmare. But that's just me. It's just my opinion. So yeah, we've got the Al-Zut by itself. Okay, I'm going to play the Al-Zut thing we had from earlier this year, because it was just too good from Sal. That was the Jizya one. I thought I had it, but I guess I did not. But yeah, that goes right in line with the Al-Zut. So we'll see how things go next year. This is going to be a very interesting year. Again, we've got multiple conferences for you guys to keep noted. So you have the Sound Faith conference. I'd highly recommend you look them up. Any conferences they're having, definitely if it's local in your area, make sure to check those out. You have the Apologetics Conference, Apologetics Con down in Florida. I highly recommend that one because I'll be going to that one. That was pretty fun. And then we'll do the Seek and Share Truth Conference. We're looking at doing that one next year as well. We've already got things in motion for it. We just have to finalize some stuff with the possible venue, and then we'll set. But if everything works out, hopefully we'll be down in Columbus, Ohio this year for that, which would be cool. It'd be cool to be down there as well because I know they've got a large Muslim population down there. So, hey, welcome. Welcome. Back to speed. There you go. Hey, there you are. Yeah, I was just talking about your music. Greatly enjoying it. Enjoying all your hits. Make sure to check his channel out if you guys get the opportunity. Because I've played a select few of his songs. There are so many more. There's so many more, and they're so good. So if you like apologetics and you like music, there you go. This guy right here, go check him out. Still got a couple of his songs that I want to use in the future for future videos there, but they're very topical. So, yep. Ooh, very good. In fact, he's the one that did the cover on the one that was inspired by what my wife wrote, which was at the beginning of this live stream. I don't have it as an independent video, but I do have as a video there. So, very enjoyable one. Again, did a great job. There it is. Okay. So, L's song. I might just play that as an outro. I know I've been trying to drop the outros, but I really do enjoy this one. And it's just because it's just, if memory serves, she originally wrote it at the end of about Christmas time is when she wrote it. And then Sal took it and made it into like an actual like top level performance there. So, and then redid some of the wording to make it fit. And I think it came out great. Yeah, great music. Absolutely. Fantastic work. So we'll definitely listen to that one on the way out, but we'll be over in the members only live stream here shortly. You should be redirected to that one. But I want to real quick here. Is there any other questions you guys have before we switch over to members only? Members only is going to be an open call-in, so any member can call in to hear what's going on or asking questions or whatever. We can have fun. We just chill. It's just laid back. These Christmas parties are always laid back, chill. You want a Christmas talent show? Okay, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Sorry, I was on to another topic. Yeah, she did a great job with that one. Was that before we were married that you wrote that one? Or was it after? I don't remember. I know you performed it, like got it like to an actual studio and like recorded it there, the original. The context, yeah, the context. I figured it. I got that one. It was after. Okay. I don't remember if it was after or while we're dating or which one it was. So So let's see here. Go. And that is there. So there you go. So that's the context behind the song. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys listen to it. And then after this, we'll go ahead and switch over to the members live stream, give you a couple quick updates, some behind the scenes of what's going on. And I will see you guys there. There's the original song if you guys are curious. There you go. Original song. And here is the Sal version.
Simeon stood righteous and wise, led by the Spirit with heaven in his eyes.